Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Another day, and things are looking good. Things are looking brighter today, especially overnight. Overnight was a pretty crucial period. We're going to get onto all that on the chart, so I hope you guys are having fun there. What else we got going? We're going to get into everything. Now, a big welcome to everybody on Superman Crypto Channel. A big welcome to everybody on Hex Token Channel. Big shout out to all of you. Over 9,600 subscribers, heading towards 10,000. So yeah, over 9,600, heading towards 10,000, and it's exciting. It's exciting. Have we got Detached Soul in the house there? Picked up a Pulsechain, Hex Token channel membership. So a big shout out to you, Detached Soul, for supporting the channel, and to all the Hex Token channel supporters and our Superman Crypto supporters too. So a big shout out to everybody there. All right, what do we got to go? We'll just get into the chat. Shall we say hello? If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. Yeah, there's Detached Soul right there with the membership. Bam. Good to see you in the house. All right, let's just leave that up while we're talking. But let's see who else has jumped in here. We got Lies Beneath in the house. Hello, how are you today? Very good, of course. It's very sunny out today. The weather forecast for the weekend is supposed to be really bad, but today it's really sunny. So hopefully my walk is going to be really good. I'm on day number 26 of 300. And yeah, just pushing it forward there, changing diets and doing things like that, and just getting fitter. So hopefully it's going to be good by summer, right? That's the key. We've got High Stakes X in the house there. What's up, Superman? Looking forward to another great live stream. How are you today doing today? Pretty good. As I say, pretty good. It's sunny outside. Go for a walk. Got lots of activities on this afternoon, which is pretty cool. It is currently 11:30 a.m. in the morning. 15th of August, Tuesday, in good old Kiwi land, aka New Zealand, and we're having a good time. Check My Pulse says, good evening, Hex Token family. Good evening to you. Check My Pulse says, have you all heard, have you all seen and heard Oliver Anthony song Richmond North of Richmond? Very powerful. I did watch half of it yesterday, actually. Check My Pulse. And so, yeah, it's very, very good. I know it's going viral. Very, very cool. Mainstream media hates it, which is always a good sign. That's always a good sign that you're on the right side. All right. If they hate it, you're on the right side of history. We've got Sandy Beach as well. Morning to you. I've got the lit fires looking good. Sandy Beach crushing it there on the health and fitness on Twitter. Big shout out to you. Joe Torres, I just retweeted your tweet, actually. I just retweeted your tweet. Your tweety, or was it an X? Is it an X? X is such a cool name, but it's kind of weird saying it after saying tweet all the time. Joey Torres in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the chat as well. Wookie says, likes to burn. Yeah, but stay away from the fire. That's true. We got massive burn. Look at the title of the video. Over 350 billion PulseX burn. We're going to talk all about that as well. And we're going to talk about TYRH, which is mooning again and again and again. It keeps mooning. So we're going to talk about that. Detached Soul in the house there. Yo. Time to burn that supply. Absolutely. And that's what is happening. Sneaking up on people, actually. Who else has jumped in here? We got Brian in the house. Hey, Brian. What's up, cool kids? Good to see Brian as always. Who else has jumped in here? Hey, Hex Token, everybody. Wow, nice thumbnail. Yeah, do you like that? Beautiful thumbnail, eh? Yeah, it looks fantastic. Got the fire and the lady on it. Looks pretty badass. Well, I'll say that. Hashtag family channel. We got HH in the house as well. Hello, too good to see you, HH. Rocky Mountain as well. Hey to all. How about P-Die and Trooper? Hey, making a killing off those right now. Pulled my initial, and let's see where it goes from here. Well done to you, Rocky Mountain. I know a lot of people into the P-Die thing. It's not something I've been focusing on this channel. I know some people have been trying to get me to focus on it, but really other people are talking about it. So, you know, they can talk about it. So it's kind of cool. Well done to you. Umberto, yo, cheers, Superman and family from sunny Dominican Republic. Hey, Umberto, good to see you in the house. Welcome as always, and morning from sunny Noosa. It says Pudding Guru. Big shout out, man. Everyone's from around the world, man. We got such varied people watch this channel. Big shout out, and of course they're all Pulsechans and Hexkins, so kind of cool there. We got Hexcavator as well. Hey everybody, good to see Hexcavator. Max Cabby in the house. Good to see you, Max Cabby. What else? We got KD in the house. Hey super. Let's go spread everyone's. Let's go everyone spread positive vibes. Yes, absolutely, KD. 100%. KD is one of our two community leaders. And good night from the Netherlands, Superman. Hey, Richie, you got to stay up. We've got to stay up. But if you have to go to sleep, good night to you as well. Detached Soul about being a membership says, love the stream, Superman. It has taken me a long time to become a member. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Detached Soul. Do appreciate that, and thank you very much. Katie's just put out some memberships as well, so that's kind of cool. There's 5 memberships up for grabs. Who got them? Let me see. Katie's done that. What do we got there? 5 Hex Token memberships. TYRH got one. Pulsechain Hex got one. Hex and Choice got one. Bob Farter got one, and finally Tortoise Johnny, and I know all those names very well. So welcome to the Hex Token channel followers there, memberships. Brian is posting the video there of that song, so you go check that out. Very patriotic song too. What else there? Very racy and hot, says definitely hot, very burning. Very burning is the old thumbnail, but looks fantastic, right? Looks fantastic. Tortoise Johnny is like, whoa, guy. Yeah, Katie's pretty awesome, mate. Katie, big shout out. We're not worthy, Katie. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Very, very cool. And a big shout out to Brian as well on Superman Crypto. Gave out Hex Token, Superman Crypto memberships over there. And I don't know if every people have picked all those up, but he definitely put some out the other day. So there may be some Superman Crypto memberships over there on Superman Crypto if you're watching. So just check the buttons to see whether there's one available. Enjoy, everybody. Thanks for the support. Support the mighty Superman channel. I appreciate that, Katie. Big shout out to you. All right, lots of hearts there as well from Sandy Beach. All right, let's get into it, folks. We got the first update is from Richard Hart, the man himself, the man, the myth, and the legend. Richard Hart, the founder of Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex. Richard Hart teaches you things no one else can or will. And of course, this is from Richard Hart. You do not custody coins. The blockchain does. You do not send coins. You publish updates to a public database. The coins are right where they always were. You do not have the cryptocurrency wallet. You have a keychain. Every addresses was created and published by individuals through their own labor. I feel like what's that guy? The news guy. Oh, what's his name? I forget this name. Every update was created and published by individuals through their own labor. There aren't really any coins, just numbers people have a penchant for, and like characters in literature. If the value was in your wallet, the value would double when you copied your wallet. It doesn't. If the value was in the blockchain, the value would double when the blockchain was copied. It doesn't. We're doing a good try of it, though. We're going to do a good try. The value is a shared fiction, subjective and volatile, subject to whim and fancy, yet worth billions. And that shared fiction is a key little principle of Richard. Key little insight of Richard is about the shared fiction. He talks about that a lot in terms of particularly pricing up coins. You don't use the blockchain. You run it. It's software. In the blockchain, you're not a user. You're a publisher. And blockchain software is publishing software. Speech is speech. Code is speech. The blockchain is both speech and publishing software, and as such should be doubly protected, like you would protect books and the pen. Absolutely, we agree with that one. That's an update from Richard 13 hours ago. It had 96,000 views on that. So just to show how it shows you how influential Richard is there. Like if you want a constitutional amendment enshrining the right to transactions, I think we all do. We saw in Canada. The Trudeau there went and cut people's transactions and bank accounts when they were demonstrating their freedom and their protest, right? Whereas other people who were doing protest and much worse things were let free because they were on the right side of the ideology, right? So on the right side of the ideology, so you definitely got to protect the right to transact. And I would argue that includes cash, right? I certainly know that's the case for many businesses. If they completely control everything, programmable money, you're in big trouble. All right, so that is pretty much it. The updates from Richard there. Nice to see. We jump over to the crypto market. We've got BDC, just deja vu, man. Deja vu, Groundhog's Day because BDC is at $29,413. And if you have not seen Groundhog's Day movie, it is fantastic. I've watched it like 30 times. I love that sort of conceptual stuff, and it was executed very, very well. If you haven't seen Groundhog's Day, definitely a good Christmas movie around that time, and will give you a good laugh as well, and a bit of life story, life lessons. That's what I'm trying to say. So there we are. ETH at the moment, 1844. For ETH, of course, we've got proto dank sharding coming up. towards how far are we at? August? Is it October? I think it's October last time I remember. But we'll be looking out for that. That's kind of the next big news for ETH. And we're still some time away from the BTC halving. And that's pretty much it. Looks like HBAR's managed to pull out a 15% rise on this leaderboard. But that's pretty much it on here. All right. And apparently Sam Bankman-Fried has spent 3 nights in the notorious New York prison, which is not very much fun for him. I don't know why they would put a white-collar crime in a prison with murderers and other people like that. But that's pretty crazy in my view. But hey, all right, so let's move on. Let's move on to Pulsechain. Pulsechain prices. Let's get into it. Pulsechain at the moment, quadruple 0532. And we're 53% of the sacrifice price, pretty similar to yesterday. We were actually green before the live stream. We've just gone a little bit red there at the moment, down 1.5%, but that was green just before the live stream there. Let's have a look at the price of that, of course. This is Pulse on the daily, and I'm happy with this. I'm happy. I don't know what Brennan thinks. Brennan, let me know in the chat what you think. He's our TA specialist. And, of course, this is actually really good. Now, we were looking at it here. This is a 4-hourly chart, by the way. It's kind of like a trader's view. And of course, this here, we got down to quadruple 05124. Now, we were talking about this in Discord in the price, about pricing, and we were really saying, oh, we hope it holds this because this is the 5,000. It really had to hold that. It has done that so far. So I'm very optimistic here that we're starting to form a bit of a nice little support to move higher again, at least to slowly drift higher, if anything. So quite happy with that at the moment. Looking good. So let's see how we go. We're at quadruple 0531. 9. So we'll take that. We'll take that to the bank. That's pretty cool. So that is Pulse at the moment. Now, the 2 things I want to talk quickly about is Coast. If you're looking to do a fiat on-ramp direct to Pulse, then Coast is the way to go. Coast to Coast is direct to Pulsechain with CSD. If you're in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom, you can access this at the moment. And in September, they're going to have a whole ton of more countries as we understand it, and potentially that's going to include New Zealand. And so I'm excited about that. Now, at the moment, of course, you can use a referral code. I know that we're using Brian's at the moment. Brian's one of our 2 community leaders. So, Brian, you want to post your Coast referral in the chat there. Now, you get 5,000. Let me get this right today. You get 5,000 weight tokens. Got it. Weight tokens, and the referrer gets 5,000 weight tokens, so it's a win-win. Now, at the moment, Crypto Coffee, the biggest YouTuber in the space, is dominating the referrals, but of course, Brian is trying to climb the ranks there, and we're helping Brian along. So that's kind of cool. And there it is. Wow, I am up to 3rd place for referrals on Coast. Get your free weight tokens from my link. So awesome. I think he was number 8 yesterday or the day before. He's climbing the ranks there, so really try to help out. That's going to be good because it's always good to support the community, right? And he's one of our 2 community leaders. He gets in there. He's helped on board over like 100 people onto X and everything else. So really, if you're going to be onboarding some fiat from the UK, USA, Canada, Australia, get in there and use Brian's referral, which is pretty cool. And let's see if we can get him to number 2, right behind Crypto Coffee. Imagine it, Brian. Imagine it. That'd be cool. And, of course, the community makes that possible. A big shout-out. Now, the other thing is that Coast can buy you Pulse now, right? So you can buy Pulse and other stuff. You can use DEX aggregators like Patias, or you could just use a DEX swap. So it's different ways of doing that now with the CST stablecoin, the first stablecoin on Pulsechain, which is really, really cool. And we're going to watch it grow over the next 6 months. I'm sure it's going to really start bolting. It's going to ramp up, and it's going to be really, really bullish. So very, very cool. All right. Now, I did see a comment from Brendan about the markets. Where was that, Brendan? Let's have a look here. Brendan was back up here somewhere about the markets. Oh, did I miss it? Probably missed it now. I don't even know where it was. I did see it. Where'd it go? Brendan, where's your comment? I'm going to find it. Yes, Brendan says charts are looking good at the moment. Woo! Yeah, you got to get excited. Very, very cool. It was exactly the shape that we wanted to happen. So we're very happy about that. Now, the other thing, of course, not only can you bridge US dollars, like fiat dollars, over to Pulsechain directly now, but if you want to do swapping, then you can use my referral link, which is for GoPulseX.com. 450,000 different tokens accessible on GoPulseX. And of course, referral links in there, and you support the channel at the same time, which is pretty cool. So that's in the video description if you want to do buying and selling of any tokens like Pulse or PulseX. You can do that. So it's pretty cool. All right, that is there. And let's move on to PulseX. This is the story, of course, the title of the video. Over 350 billion PulseX burned. Can you believe it? And, of course, we're going to talk about that right now. Quadruple 0167 is the price of PulseX. It's down 3.26%. It's currently 16.7%, of course, of the sacrifice price. So it's massively discounted. What have we got coming up? We've got all the big DeFi coming up. We're waiting for Fetch Oracle. That's holding back a whole ton of the blue chip DeFis. So we're waiting for that as well. And we're also waiting for the experimental single-side staking pools as well for PulseX. I haven't actually checked that today, but we'll keep watching out for that. Now, one Pulse at the moment will get you 3.19 PulseX. So Pulse is still relatively stronger, but we could see a big pivot back in PulseX favor with a lot of those protocols and single-side staking coming as well. Now, the big thing, of course, is the buy and burn. And, of course, look at that. Woo! Over 350 billion. It actually hit yesterday, but I thought I'd talk about it today. 351.6 billion PulseX is now burned. Isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful sight. That is really, really good, guys. Honestly, it's really, really amazing. And almost heading towards 352, which is kind of cool. So very, very cool on that one. Now, that is 1.69% of the public supply. So we exclude the Origin account. I'm not expecting that to move without, a special reason for it. So we've got 352, 1.7% almost is bought and burned out of the public supply. That's beautiful, right? And that's, we're only, day 95? We end of day 95? The end of day 94. So we end of day 94, starting up day 95 soon. So that is pretty much it on the price. So let's have a look at PulseX. Let me just close out of some of these. PulseX and have a look at the charts. This is the chart as well. Looks obviously bond liquidity. Really everything's following their pulse. But the relativity can be different, depending on which is pushing up. But the general pattern looks pretty similar, and that's looking good too on the chart. So I'm very happy about that. The last thing we really wanted was it to come back and test this this angle here. See this angle going down? This is a resistance, and we broke through that. And the last thing we could test it and get bounce off, but we really don't want to do that. We really want to just either move sideways and slowly rise up. That's kind of what we want to do. I don't think that scenario, even bouncing off that, would be great. And so far, so good. All right, so far, so good. All right, Pulsechain's not going nowhere. This is the people's chain. Pulsechain is the people's chain, and we're not, everyone's still pushing forward. So it's pretty much that. Now, the other thing I want to say about the buy and burn, even though we got this, over 350 billion buy and burn on PulseX, we also got the TYRH project, right? That is especially designed by Jacob to burn the Richard Hart tokens, which includes Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and Incentive Token. And look at that burn. Amazing. So 1.2 billion Pulse has been burned so far with that, and that's $66,000 US. 3.7 billion almost PulseX has been burnt through that too. That is $61,300. Hex is 5.8 million Hex has been burned. That is $57,000, and incentive $31,346 incentive tokens have been burned, $72,400, and that's the most. That's the most because of version 3 has helped to boost the old incentive token burn really, really big. Look at that, available to burn, even more coming in as we're talking. This keeps coming in all the time, so pretty cool on that. And that's in addition, that's helping to burn even more. So exciting to see that. So it's kind of cool. All right. What else are we going to say about that? The incentive token, $2.30 is down 5%. The ratio is 43,287. There's 8.1 million incentive tokens in existence from the farming on PulseX. And let's quickly pull that up because I hadn't got that. I just want to have a quick look at the farms. Now, you can obviously go to V1 and go into the farms, or V2 and provide liquidity and earn the fees. Those are your two options there. This is the farm yields at the moment. We've got $20 million in DAI back over there. So we're back over the $20 million mark. Yay! That was kind of cool. We've got $8 million in USDC, $9.6 million in WrapD, $7.4 million in USD Tether sitting in there. Not bad. And we've got the percentages still around 98, 92, 77, and 101% there as well for the main bridged in peers. That's the ones we wanted to attract over on the bridge. The other ones, of course, PulseX Pulse, 15%. Hex Pulse there, 21%. That's kind of your conservative plays. And then it got the last mile coin, the incentive token, versus Pulse and PulseX at 81 and 82%. So not bad there as well. So still looking pretty good, onwards and upwards for that. No single side staking pools, as you can see. We're waiting for that too, so which is kind of cool. So that is kind of it. Let's have a look at V2 quickly. We're going to look at the yield farm yields if they pop up. Sometimes they don't for me. You know how it rolls. Just when I'm doing a live stream, decides not to do it. There we are today. Yay! Everything's going green today. That's all right. So you can check by liquidity, by yield pools, and here you earn 0.22% of the trading fees. So it can be pretty lucrative, and maybe in some cases more lucrative if you're in the right pool than the main farms, if you're lucky. So if you hunt for the right ones. At the moment, it says Rat Pulse is at 188% LP. Of course, you can't farm that at any particular time. You only get it accrued inside the pool, and you only get it when you get out. And of course, you got to take into account impermanent loss or gain. So that is the play there. So pretty interesting on that one. All right, so that is that. Should we jump away? Yeah. Let's get out of there. And that is the ratio. Let's go look at the incentive token. That is the price, $2.30. Let's have a look at the ratio to Pulse. We're just going to invert that, and there we are. So 43,287. Still shedding its ratio versus Pulse at the moment. What was going to say? Single side staking pools. Let's see if those come out at some stage. And also, obviously, all the big DeFi is coming out, weeks from now. We're waiting for the Fetch Oracle. And I noticed that Liquid Lines posted a tweet today about Liquid Lines education. And of course, that we're expecting that to come up. And then this is all the big blue chip stuff's getting pushed out a little bit, as you guys can tell. But it's going to be better in the end because we want stability in the Pulsechain after the SEC Black Swan event. And we're starting to get that in the charts, which is kind of cool. All right, so that brings us to Hex. P-Hex there at just under 1 penny, 0.0098. And E-Hex there is over half a penny, which is kind of cool, 0.0053. And of course, the combined price of E-Hex and P-Hex is 1.5 cents at the moment, which is kind of cool to see it back at 1.5. Hopefully, we can build from that too. One P-Hex will get you 184 pulse at the moment, so that's definitely weakened. And one P-Hex will get you 1.86 E-Hex at the moment, so that's definitely weakened as well. So P-Hex is weakened against Pulse and E-Hex at the moment. So let's have a look at the charts for P-Hex. And that is P-Hex there, just sitting below a penny. A penny is right here, right there. That's a penny, but it is in the top of the Bollinger Bands, looking quite good. Looking at E-Hex, this E-Hex bridged in. This is not the E-Hex on Ethereum, but E-Hex bridged in there is at over half a penny. Not looking too bad either. And hopefully we'll get a momentum. Let's combine them together, though, E-Hex and P-Hex. And we can see that we're looking pretty good there, hitting around about, well, we just hit 1.5 cents. We just bounced from that. We're around about that 1.5 cent mark. So, yeah, very nice. We've got a nice little uptrend going on there too. Let's see if we can break out over this 1.54 and start climbing for the old Hex. Hex deserves it. Hex is the ultimate savings protocol in the DeFi. And let's see how we go. T-shares are getting rare, man. T-shares are getting rare. We're going to talk about that later on. So that is the highlights there. What else are we going to say about that? We've got you guys are going to have a freak out, but we're going to be talking about some new projects that are launched and their degen. So I try to avoid degen generally at least on Hex Token, but I talk about it on Superman Crypto. But we're going to be talking about them today. And of course, some of them can offer some really good upside, but they're generally GameFi. GameFi's, if you're covering GameFi, it's like games and DeFi mixed together. But it's definitely that next level of risk taking. Just take that into account. Let's look at the validators. We've got 38,425. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Rock on, man. Is that awesome or what? 38,425 validators. Oh, man, that's just climbing. That's about like 1,000 overnight. And then we got 300. Was it 800? Maybe 800. We've got 302 entering as well. Oh, my goodness. That's fantastic. Confidence is high in Pulsechain. Is the people's chain. It's the people versus the authoritarians, and we're fighting. We're fighting here in DeFi. We're the ones that are awake, right? We're awake. We know what's going on. So here we are. There we are, 38,000, and that's climbing up towards that 40,000 that Richard originally talked about. Now there's now 1.23 trillion Pulse off the market as well, so that's climbing too. So that's super bullish as well, and that means it's it's staking, it can't be sold. So that's bullish. And then, of course, we've got the big blue chips coming like Liquid Lines that are going to collateralize Pulse and get even more Pulse off the market. And if a lot of the big protocols, little big holders are using that protocol, it has a lot of advantages for them, and of course that will get more pulse off too. So it's kind of cool. Not to say depends whether they're active or inactive, but that will be probably the active ones that are going to go on there. That's kind of where we are at the moment on that one. The gas prices are super cheap, of course, of Pulsechain. The first full system stake fork of Ethereum, but we're the ones where you get in at the beginning, which is kind of cool. Low fees, fast chain, and of course, big opportunity upside compared to Ethereum. So we've got 2 cents for a Pulsechain swap at the moment, 1/10 of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 4/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. We've basically almost 600 times cheaper than Ethereum and 380 times cheaper than Bitcoin. And this is not in a bull market. So you can imagine Ethereum in a bull market, and it doesn't have their proto dank sharding upgrades with their TPS and stuff like that. And it's going to be probably tens of thousands times. It's going to be big, thousands at least. It's going to be pretty big. A big difference here, and that people will really notice that. All right, that is pretty much it on those, and let's jump away to some of the news that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about TYRH again later, but where am I going to put that here? Let's go to the charts. Before we go to the charts, we're going to catch up on the chat because I'm a bit behind now, and we've got about 53 people in the house. I think we've had up to about 65 so far, so big welcome to everybody. Where did I get up to here? We got up to that comment, I'm pretty sure. Got up to that channel too. Thanks, Superman, says KD. Hey, you're most welcome. Let me jump over to here. A big welcome to everybody that's watching on Superman Crypto, of course. That channel is growing, so I really do appreciate that support there. And, of course, getting the views are going up all the time. So big shout out to everybody over on Superman Crypto too. What else there? We've got Tortoise Johnny with the popcorn. Yeah. Let me know in the chat if you, over the weekend, you went to the ISA Stakes as well. Let me know in the chat. And if you got any stories about that, that's kind of cool. We've got Rev 10 and House State. Hey, everybody. Good to see Rev 10. What else? Yeah, I can't believe it that Brian up to 3rd place. That's amazing, Brian. Isn't that fantastic? That's so good, Brian. Congratulations. And what else there? We've got a couple more comments. Rev 10. Be careful of rug pulls, Pipo. Just stay with RH products. Too many scammers around Pulsechain. 100% Rev 10. That is very, very true. So be very careful what you get yourself in. Use a DGen wallet if you are going to take risks. Never use your main wallets. Never use those. Always use a DGen wallet with its own seed phrase or private keys, and always limit your risk in those as well out of your portfolio. If you think about your total portfolio, always limit your risk as well if you are going to do something like that. Very important. What else? Christian says he was in a federal prison, not notorious, says Christian. Well, I'm just reading the headline of the update there on the old, was it FBX or whatever his name was? I've forgotten his name already. George in the house there. What's up, guys? Good to see you, George. Been a little while, George. Good to see you in the house. Where else is jumping in here? Let me go through all those comments. We got Pumpkin Owl in the house there. Already signed up on Coast. Getting ready to make my first wine. Nice one, Pumpkin Owl. Woohoo! Let us know how you get on with that, by the way. Get into our Discord or whatever. Let us know how that experience is going. I'm very interested in people's experiences, how fluid it is, how long it takes to do an ACH, for example, or wire transfer, things like that. I like to, it's always good to know the practical side of it. Brian is becoming boss status here on the old Coast. It looks like it. Watch out, Crypto Coffee. Brian is on the chase. Brennan says maybe Brian will become a weight whale in referrals. Yeah, maybe he will. Let's hope he does. That'd be great. Christian says TYRH is doing some crazy miracles. Learn how to play the game. Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk about that. That is one of our top topics today. Not financial advice, says Christian. I'm scooping up incentive token. Might be worth it in the future. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. There's single-side staking and the DeFi protocols and potentially anything else that's going on with the farms as well, including any other products that Richard does launch, with no expectations, of course. Christian says we need some Valos in Africa. Didn't see none. Yeah, we'll actually check that out next time. That's a good point. All right, we're going to look at the first category, ERC20s, PRC20s. So the price discovery of Pulsechain, everything got forked over on the 10th of May at 10:36 UTC time. And we are looking to see how it gets price discovered. Remember Richard put in his tweet about shared narrative? Well, that's kind of a lot of cryptos like that, and you wonder why meme coins suddenly do amazing. Every so often a meme coin comes along and it does absolutely amazing, like SHIB and Pepe, and so we're looking to see what it does on Pulsechain. Right. So at the moment we got based on percentages. This is not based on the size of liquidity. We got Compound there up 145%, DAI, Pulse there up 55%, Lighter there up 12%. So those kind of your leaders there. Let's look at by liquidity. Liquidity. What happened to my voice then? I felt like maybe I was a teenager. My voice was breaking. Matilda, how are you going? Oh, going good, man. Going good. All right. So we got Wrap Bitcoin at the moment is 4.5% on. It's the top liquidity of 158 on my list. This is my list of tokens that I think are top popular ones. It's $26.90 at the moment. Let's have a quick look at that one. Wrap Bitcoin. Remember, this used to have a yield farm that is gone. And it's just seen humming down here at the moment. The old Wrap Bitcoin. It's not backed by a real Wrap Bitcoin, so it's back to that shared narrative again, right? The shared narrative. Pepe's got the second biggest liquidity, 138,000. This one here doesn't have anything on it back. Doesn't need anything backing it, right? It's just shared narrative, and this thing could do some pretty cool things, right? This is probably the most likely big branded meme coin, or token that could try and head towards the Ethereum value over time, especially if Pulsechain breaks out to the upside, right? At the moment, it's just chilling down here in support zone at 1459 with 7 zeros in front. That is Pepe. What else? The next one is we've got DAI Pulse there is 87,000. We've got that at quadruple 025. Let's have a quick look at that at the moment. That's managed to rise up here. So had the big rise up here, got the Somi tweet and all that sort of stuff. Then Dipcatcher coming in with his tweets, and it started to rise back up here, 0002544. So that is a surprise to the upside. Now shared narrative, right? Shared narrative. That's all we can say about that token. We've got Maker there up at 61,000. SHIB is at 47. Let's have a look at SHIB. SHIB at the moment is also just chilling around the same sort of zone, waiting for something to happen, probably with the Pulse. And so we're looking at that. So those are your top PRC 20 price discoveries. Obviously, there's let me get back out of there. Obviously, there's a whole ton in here. That we're just waiting to see how they go. All right, let's jump out into memes. We're going to look at memes. We're waiting for 9-inch DEX to launch, of course, and we're waiting for that. So let it come. Anyway, what else we got there? We got Dodge at the top there, 23%, and we got Hex Orange Address there. That's the old A-bit one. That is up 12%. And by liquidity, everything else was down, but by liquidity, we've got where did the ETH go? There's one of the 3 meme coins from the 9-inch DEX. We're expecting that to launch pretty soon, probably next week or two, maybe. And no updates from them yet. And of course, we've got Paul Pleb is at 46k liquidity. That is down 13%. And of course, Pulse Dodge there is at 31,000 liquidity, plus the other pools, but that is down 9% as well. Now, these are the ones that will all get single-sided staking support. And of course, they'll earn the BBC token, which is a new token that will be launching with the 9-inch DEX. So these are probably, you're getting in on them early, and they're probably likely to have a big rally. Obviously, not financial advice, but that's the probability play, right? That's the logic behind that. Now, Dodge is sitting there at number 40 at 44k, and that's Jeff Kadakis' Dodge coin, I believe, from TrustSwap, and that is up 23% at the moment. So it's kind of kicking some butt there on the old Dodge. So those are kind of the headlines there. Everything else is much smaller than that. But yeah, let's have a quick look at Paul Pleb. That is Paul Pleb at the moment. Yeah, had a nice little jump yesterday. Back nice and cheap now at the moment. But when that single-side staking pool comes out, let's see. I don't think it's going to stay down there for long. And Pulse Dodge is also is one of the founder coins as well. That's also had the same thing happen to it. But watch the space on that. That's a sleeping one there. And then, of course, we've got their third token. Where did the ETH go? That is also down pretty cheap at the moment. Watch those 3, folks. Don't say I didn't tell you. I didn't. Wales done told you. Don't say Superman done told you later on. But anyway, we'll watch those very carefully. Once again, that is, it's speculative, but we've got a probability play on that, right? The 9-inch DEX. All right, that moves us on into Pulsechain projects, which is our biggest category, and the top token today. Man, oh man, oh man, yeah, boy. I've got the thing that TYRH there on the title of the video. TYRH price MOONS, Moid at Moon, And of course, we've also got the fact that it burns PLS, PLSX, Incentive, and Hex as well, which is pretty amazing. But man, it's actually got 6 tokens, and of course now we've got TYRH. It's number 2. TYRH is the best performer. Burn is the best performer. It's also part of the TYRH ecosystem, and of course it's the utility token. And a lot of people didn't get that at first. I think they get it now, and so the price has been going up. But Burn is the utility token. A big shout out to Archie. I think Archie was the one saying that in our Discord, saying, yeah, that's the utility one. You got to pick that one up. People are not pricing it properly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, the TYRH is the first token. It is the staking token there that burns Richard Hart tokens. It is up 80% as well. So let's have a look at that one. Look at that thing. Oh my God. Isn't that crazy? Is that some crazy stuff right there? Jacob, you're crazy, man. Jacob, you're crazy. You're crazy, Jacob. I like you, but you're crazy. You're crazy, man. Jacob, I like you, but you're crazy. All right. So that's one. Look at the price, 1.1. It's over 1/10 of a penny. And we thought it looked pretty good back down here at 4,000. This like here. This looked pretty good. And then I had a feeling that it was going to go to 6,000 or 7,000. And I could see the potential that could keep rising under circumstances with all the rest of the token ecosystem. But man, it's just supercharged it now. This thing, it's got a lot of room. Got a lot of room to move. Anyway, there's now 543,000 liquidity. Just remember, though, there are big whales in the ecosystem, right? So they can do things to the chart if they want to. Just remember that. But at the moment, everyone's locking in. It's growing very fast. So just remember that in the back of your head for these charts. But in any case, it's doing very, very well. Now, remember, there's a tax on the way in, a tax on the way out. And if you early in stake, there's a 55% penalty for the if you in stake. So that's the case. But there are some pretty large holders, if they want to do that, that probably picked it up way cheaper. And that might be a play that might make. So just take that into account. But there is a lot of growth. Obviously, Jacob went on another influencer yesterday. Was it Corey Costa? Went on there and has been on Rags to Riches prior and other things like that. So he's definitely out there spreading the TYRH love. But that is the TYRH. That is actually crushing at the moment. That is a GameFi, right? GameFi. The other one, of course, is Burn token. This is the utility token. You need this, right? You need this for a lot of the NFTs. So let's go look at this, why you need it for the NFTs. But this thing's been rocketing. Look at this thing. It actually got up to 3,000. Could you believe it? So that's 4 zeros, 3,000. There's currently at 4 zeros, 2,365. And this is probably going to keep going up just like the TYRH. So let's have a look at TYRH. TYRH staking. That has jumped. So yesterday we were at 82%, 83%. That's now 86%. So people are staking that TYRH. That's 86% of the supply, folks. That's why that price is going up as well as all the rest of the tokens and the gamification here. And of course, what else we're going to say about that? Also, they're offering, you don't just get, you're getting Burn token, Water token, and Plant token as well. So you're getting more in your divs, and you get the claims as well. So if you've got the claims, you get access to these airdrops from top tier utilities on projects on Pulsechain. So you're going to get drops of all these, which is pretty cool. But the thing I want to talk about was that, league bonuses as well. So I talked about the whales. There are whales in here, right? There are whales in here. You can see them in the blue. Not many, but there's enough of them. But the thing is that they also get a bonus, right? A claim bonus. So if they're in a higher category, they get a claim bonus. So that helps push the price up too. So it's very, very cool from that point of view. But obviously, a lot of people are in the lower categories as well. So that's kind of the play there. Now, what I want to talk about was the TYRH. So that's ticking away there on the burn. So those are the stats at the moment. Now, what I want to talk about here. The burn there. So the burn is down here. So the burn here, you need it for the NFTs. So if you want to boost all the other stuff, so you got these things here. You got plant. We can have a plantation. You can have a sprout house and seed bank. And then you got water. And water needs, you can have sea of incentive where you burn incentive token and you get a yield for that. And then you got fountain where you can burn, get an NFT and start earning, or every 24 hours you get a chance to earn water tokens. So it's kind of a 24-hour game. And then you got Lord Spring as well, where you can get this really rare one, Holy. And I think in version 4, this Holy token and the seed bank one, so the seed bank one here and the Holy one there, which you can buy on the market now, will be probably in version 4 of a game, is my guess. and so you'll probably need that as well. And they're limited supply they're going to have on that at the moment. So some pretty crazy stuff happening there. So you can see the next phase is extending this out, and that makes the game sticky. People get in there and keep going and going and going. But in any case, for the NFT shop, you need burn token, right? So burn token is what you need. It's the utility. And if you see this, you see how we got all these different things here. You can do plant boosters if you're going to play the plant game, and which is this one here. If you're going to play the plant game, you need plant boosters. It's going to increase your yield and things like that. But there's other ones here as well, which you can reduce seed growth time. So if you're doing the seed bank, I guess for that, there's lots of different ones here. Sprout yield booster. If you're going to make trees or whatever, you need burn. And all of them need burn token. All of them need burn token. Water boosters all need burn token. Claim boosters all need burn token. Look at them. Some of them are huge as well. And you got some big whale burns potentially in all these. Then you got these specials, which is like the RH wallet sacrifice, 20 million burn. Burn on that, so that's that's pretty decent. That's what, $600 or something. Then you got Liquid King here as well. Look at this thing. So holding this NFT makes both your liquid TYRH and your stake TYRH count towards your total claim weight. So you got lots of different things like this, specialty ones, and then you got staker leagues as well. Boost your leagues in staker leagues. We looked at leagues up here, right? This is the league, so it boosts you up to the next league. So it just gives you that extra percentage bonus in your claim, so you get a bit more doing that. So that is why the NFT shop is so powerful, and why the burn token was underpriced and is now being pushed up because you need it for all these NFTs to burn to optimize your gameplay. That's pretty much it, or to take even more speculative opportunities. That's pretty much it. So kind of cool stuff there. And the burn token is being rallied, and it's just going up and up and up there. There's a little bit of pullback at the moment on the old hourly chart, but that's the hourly chart there. So pretty amazing, up 131% over 24 hours. So pretty amazing stuff happening there as well. All right, so that is the burn token. So TYRH and burn, absolutely crushing it. TYRH, of course, burning Richard Heart tokens as well. Obviously, the other ones in the ecosystem are seed. I'm going to jump away from this, of course, and have a look at the GameFi. I put these all into GameFi. I'm going to make a GameFi list. But you can see that you've got burn, TYRH, seed, plant, and water. They are doing so. Plant and water have come down. Holy's come down, so they might get picked up a bit later. But seed is still up 19% there. So you got those are the TYRH tokens as well. All right. So that's kind of cool. Those are the best performers, obviously. Everything else is not doing too bad. But the next best performer is B9, the Papa B project, up 13%. Beat is up 9%. Those are kind of the leaders there. Time is up 8%. So that's kind of the play. Now we are waiting for Fiat to launch. That apparently is on chain already, but we haven't seen it go live yet, and there's no update about Fiat, the fork of Aave. So that is the next project we're expecting to launch. By liquidity, TYRH is now top liquidity outside of Algo, for 543,000. And of course, Tetra there is at 208. Beecher is at 142. And Prate there from Pulse Rate is up 102,000. Those kind of leaders there as well. Time from Internet Money at 93K. Dato Finance is very big. It's got several pools as well. And those are kind of the leaders at the moment. So that's kind of the liquidity leaders on Pulsechain projects, which leads us on into the GameFi again. We're going to go back to GameFi, my new category, which I'm going to build. There's only a couple other tokens to go in here, but I'm going to pull that out. And of course, here we go. That's the wrong one. That's TYRH. Drip has launched. I said I was going to talk about some DGen. So you wanted some DGen. Here it is. We're talking about Drip. So we're talking about GameFi, which is, that next level speculative. It's not blue chip, but it certainly pumps the prices, and it is more speculative in GameFi. But we got the Drip. The Drip here has launched. And I don't know if this is the right title. I'm not even sure if that's the right one. We got Drip has launched. So Pulse Drip has launched. Oh my gosh. So if you guys know what Drip, if you've been around crypto for a while, Drip, Drip on BNB, and I think it was on Ethereum. These are like where you set up teams and you get everybody else. It's I guess a little bit like a pyramid, not quite, but a little bit like that. You set up teams and you get people to join your team, and you benefit from the team. So very pyramidal from that point of view. But they also have daily high returns and faucets. And this is a version of that Drip game. So we've got Pulse Drip now has launched. Yes, it has. It's launched. And of course, it also has a document showing you how everything works. Now, the key thing I want to take out of this faucet that they've got is that if you actually put in 10 P drip tokens, that Pulse drip tokens, then you will be able to get 1% a day for 365 as a faucet. So you'll be getting that for 365 days. So it's not bad in terms of that. Now, these are pretty much the dashboard there, faucets as well. Now, obviously not, this is degen, so this is not for, general DeFi. I'm mostly in DeFi, and I'm certainly not setting up a team. Setting up a team can be very lucrative, but I'm not doing that because it's degen. And of course, you've got swap tokens there as well, and the garden, right? So these get very popular, these games, the degen games. And of course, Drip has a pretty big brand. So Pulse Drip launching on Pulsechain is what you expect. Now, we're expecting to see a lot of these on Pulsechain. It's very important to have these kind of markets because this attracts new people and people like this stuff, right? So this is kind of the play there at the moment on the old Drip there at the moment. So that's kind of it. And of course, the Drip price launched. This is the hourly chart on Drip. So it went right up really high. It's currently at $11.36. So to get 10, that would be cost you how much? $120 or something to get in the faucet if you're just going to do that. And you're not even getting in a lot of other stuff. You're $113 to be able to do that, and then go to the faucet. The faucet here. Now there's only 5,000 faucet spots. So you've got to be in the that. So where's the faucet gone? Faucet spots there. That was the faucet there. That's the faucet. But you got to be. There's only 5,000 of them, so you got to be the first. I think there's about 250 so far in there. So that's got to tick it away, and you can claim every day 1% of the token. Now, there's a second token called X Drip. So there's P Drip and X Drip. So that's kind of the play there. And yeah, I'm not going to get into all of it, but just want to highlight these are sort of projects that are going to be starting to launch on Pulsechain. So there we go. That's one of them. That just launched one of these GameFi projects. We're going to get a lot more GameFi, DeFi. These are the projects. There's lots of them out there, and this is one of the big brand ones. So it's coming to town. All right, that's pretty much it. Yeah. All right. I will post the links to this in the other token chat in Discord, but yeah, I'm not actively promoting it otherwise. But these are sort of things that are coming to Pulsechain, and they'll get big following on Twitter. All right, that's pretty much it. Now, one thing I want to say about Coast quickly is, what was I going to say about Coast? I'll leave that. I think I've talked about that. Now, the third one I want to talk about is going back to the Pulsechain projects. So that is the GameFi. Pulsechain projects. I wanted to talk about the Prate and P-Share. Now, I haven't really, we've often looked at the charts of these, but I haven't talked too much about it. It is a more speculative DeFi. It is, so it's not kind of your blue chip, but you can make really great money out of it for, I don't know, for maybe 2-3 months, but it is risky. But this protocol seems to be running pretty well. And they have audits. I don't know if they've had Pulse Police contract checks, but all their contracts are public, and you can check all those out, all the codes. But yeah, they've got Prate, dual token Prate, and P-Share. Those are the two tokens. Prate is like the medium of exchange on the platform, and the yielding, and of course what you earn in yield. And P-Share is like the asset token, sort of like the vault token kind of thing. And that was pretty volatile, right? We saw that the other day when we had the sell-off. That sell-off was pretty gruesome on P-Share. Got all the way down to $463 from $1,860. It was $1,806 all the way down to $474. Now, why am I pointing this out? Because, yeah, this is a great protocol if you're willing to take speculative risk on it. I mean, imagine getting in this period here. You're doing pretty well, right? Earning pretty good yield. But look at what happened to the underlying capital value. So you would have lost out. You're earning great yield in here. You would have lost out when the capital value went down, right? Fortunately, it managed to bounce back fairly strongly at 1280 because it has a mechanism for that called a bond. So it's a third token, a bond that they issued to try and get the price back up. And that's what's happened at the moment. So it's back at 1,000. Interesting protocol. And so we're going to have a quick look at the pulse rate on Twitter. So this is what happened when that event happened. So when the price sold down here, pretty dramatically, they had to engage their third token, which is pivotal moment has arrived. They said our first depegging challenge. We're more than prepared. It's time to take action. Buy P bonds with Prate, which is the medium exchange, right? P bonds can be redeemed for Prate and bonus Prate when the price is back above peg. So that's the mechanism of that as well. So there's a issuance and a redemption. Pretty interesting. And of course, this is the pulse rate DApp here. You can click on that, but that is the idea. Not like I say, I'm not recommending this either. This is more speculative degen. Has been around. It seems to be operating. and they've had pretty big liquidity pools in there too. The total value locked is 1.6 million. Has been, I think, up as high as 4 million on this, and you can see the tokens at the top there. Pretty interesting. Now, they have a couple of products on here, of course. They have staking in the pools, so you've got all these different pools, and the APRs are pretty attractive. This is where you get the attraction, but the issue is what's your underlying, if you're in one of the main tokens from here, like Prade or P-Share, what's the underlying risk for your capital, right? That's the counter. Now, they have a lot of other protocols here, but remember, it's all on this DApp as well. It's not going through Pulsechain or anything, so those are the things. And the second one, of course, is the boardroom, where they have where you can actually stake your P-Share and earn a pretty attractive yield. Well, generally attractive. It's not very attractive at the moment, 0.86%, but typically that's 2 or 3%, and that's kind of the play. This sort of some of the things there. Now, when they got in trouble with the price, they had the bonds, and they engaged the bonds, right? And that was based on the TWAP. When the TWAP goes below 1, that's when they triggered that. It's now back at 1.2, so it's back in healthy land. But that is kind of the idea there. And they issued bonds, and then you redeem the bonds and get a bit of a bonus for that once the TWAP is back over 1. That's kind of some of the gamifications. I did say we're covering 3 different DGen GameFi projects, and it's kind of like that in that sense. This is probably more just a speculative DeFi as opposed to gamification, because it's got yield farms and things like that. So there we are. Always good to see some of these, and I don't talk enough about them, but there we are. So in the heart of adversity, we hold firm to Richard Hart's vision. Pulsechain stands strong as one of the crypto's most decentralized chains with over 40,000 values. Unity is paramount. So that was the bond. So they ended up working. Victory achieved, they said. Repegs and printing conventions as intended. We stand triumphant as Prate returns to its intended peg, and the printing process is officially underway, so they can start minting more Prate tokens in their inflation. Something is brewing as well. So that's kind of cool. Now, this is a fork of Tomb. If you've seen Tomb before, there's a fork of Tomb, and it's been operating on Pulsechain for a little while now. We're excited to announce 8 hours ago that we will be injecting $10,000 worth of Prate into the initial Pulse lottery. So that's their next product that's being launching. So they already launched single-sided staking pools. Now they're launching initial Pulse lottery. Gear up, stake the Prate, and stay tuned for the unveil of the official launch date. It's closer than ever, so they're going to have a lottery coming out. That's their next big thing. They had single-sided staking with Prate. Now they've got the lottery coming. 2 hours ago, excitement in the air as we unveil the incredible progress towards Pulse Lottery, giving you a sneak peek of how your winning tickets will come to life. The finish line is in sight, and the countdown to launch is near. So this is going to give them, a burning mechanism inside the protocol, no doubt. And of course, the big prizes as well. So yeah, I haven't looked at the full details, but that's kind of a video of how the game is going to look. So yeah, it's DeFi, but it's the speculative side, right? Speculative side of DeFi. It's not your blue chip Power City, your more probable sort of banking type of products where you're gonna look to get a good return without too much risk. But that's kind of the play. All right, so I thought I'd cover that. That is Pulse rates as well. Right now, if you want to get a link to that, I will post it in the other token chat in the Discord. But that's kind of where if you do want to hunt that sort of thing, just take into account the risks that are in there. What else? That is pretty much it on those. What else? I think that's it. Is that it on the Pulse? I think we are, and we're going to get to the Hex daily stats because we're on day 1351 almost. So I think that's coming up. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But let's go back to the Pulsechain price while we wait for that, and we might check out the hourly chart as well. That's the hourly chart on Pulse. Quadruple 053, not looking too bad at all. We're 54 minutes on the live. Let's see who else has been making any comments either on Superman Crypto or Hex Token channel. Let's see how we're going here. Go all the way back. See what people have thought of some of those DGM projects or GameFi. Depends on how you want to talk about them. Let's see. Let me jump back up the top here. Yeah, I got up to that comment from Brennan. I remember that. Got up to that comment. We got Tintop in the house. Good to see Tintop. What's up, Xkins? Good to see Tintop. Who else has jumped in here? Christian says TYRH is doing some crazy miracles. Yeah, we talked about that. I'm not sure I missed that one as well. We talked about that. We got Academiciated in the house there. What's up? Good to see you, Academiciated. And welcome to the chat too. And we got Super Trucker Ryan. Oh hey, I made the live. You did indeed. What channel are you on? You on Superman Crypto? I think you are too. Welcome to Superman Crypto, man. Big shout out to you. Welcome to the chat. We've got a lot more people on the live show on Superman Crypto channel, so big shout out. Welcome as well. And have been doing a bit of a call out to followers because we're definitely growing on that channel, which is great to see. I'll be doing, so basically I do Pulsechain on both channels now, but obviously Hex Token's dedicated to Pulsechain and Hex ecosystem, whereas Superman Cryptos, I also do general crypto and DGen generally on that channel, but we've done a bit today because that's what we're doing. We're documenting Pulsechain, and there's just happened to be a lot of those projects out there at the moment. DBZN on Polygon. Yeah, we're talking about Pulsechain, so yeah, that's good to see DBZN on Polygon. We're looking for that to launch on Pulsechain too. I can't remember the time frame. I thought it was October, but I'll have to double check on that. Christian says Paul Pleb and Pulse Dodge will take it to the sky once 9-inch launches. Yeah, I think so too. Harry Williams, yo, running late today. Nice to see you, Harry. Better late than never, they say. We got Bob Wells in the house as well. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. I think we got 66 people watching at the moment, so big welcome to everybody on both Superman Crypto and Hex Token channels. What else there? Andrew says, morning, everyone. Hope everybody is having a great day. That's very nice of you, Andrew. And, of course, a Hex Token channel member representing. TYRH says Bob Wells. Man, the ecosystem needs a white paper with V3. It's so complicated. Yeah. Well, there are some videos. Some smaller YouTubers have done videos on that explaining how it works, Bob. So there's a couple out there you could go and watch. I just did a quick run through of some of those. But yeah, it's definitely, you wait to V4. V4, obviously the seed and the holy probably going to play a role in the V4 or something. So yeah, Jacob's having fun with that for sure. Tom Boss says, I just got into the whole TYRH ecosystem yesterday and was doing things on it all day. It's so fun and complex. Lots to do if you want to dive in, says Tom Boss. There we are. Some people like to have a bit of gamification. Now, like typically on this channel, we always talk about doing 95% in the probable projects like Richard Hart tokens, and then maybe having a 5% available for doing DGen stuff in a DGen wallet. That's kind of a good strategy to do. Otherwise, you can get wrecked if you do the opposite strategy. If you go 95% DGen and 5% a blue chip, and you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Generally speaking, like you might be in big trouble there. I got in a long time ago before the burn came along. Now it's crazy, says Bob. Well done. You played that very well. Christian says you can compound burn on the bonfire. That is true. You can do that on the bonfire. Effortless crypto. Woo! Good to see effortless. Who else is here? Bob says just be careful what NFT you buy depending on what you want to do. That's true. You'll be very careful with your burn because it's expensive to get burn token, right? And Thomas says, is there any place to sell the NFTs from TYRH yet? The marketplace is coming, right? I don't think that's open yet. There was going to be a marketplace there. Marketplace is soon, it looks like, says Bob. It's true. Chris says, facts, it can mean burn wool. Yes, that's true. Let me jump through some of that. We've got Jay Everything in house. Good to see you, Jay. Who else has jumped in here? Christian says, yes, sir, Pulse Drip. And Sandy Beach says, I've been in Drip for a while. Have you, Sandy? Have you? You little degen. You degen, you. Get into Discord. Tell us about that when you got some time. I didn't know that, Sandy. Man, you surprise me all the time. That is crazy. Christian says, DGN MOB. You already know. Yeah, that's true. Drip on to BSC went down so much it did. So it basically does have excitement at the beginning, does go down over time because the way it works. So that's why I'm saying it's DGen, right? That's why it's the difference between DGen and blue chip DeFi. That's a big difference. So yeah. Knoxville in the house. Good to see Knoxville. Blobfish King as well. Coast, it took under 2 days to set up. So it took 2 days, under 2 days to set up. Wider US bank account, mint CST, and swap of Pulse. Nice one there, Blobfish King. Love that experience. Want to jump through that. Andrew says, personally, I'm going to wait for the liquid loan stables. 100% e-die for me in the meantime. Nice one there, Andrew. Well played. Effortless Scriptless says, thank you, my kangaroo down sport. My kangaroo down sport. I'm trying to remember. Kangaroo down sport. Yeah. Nice. I like that. Australians will get that and some Kiwis. Nothing gets my blood pumping like DGen plays, says Crypto Mel. Yeah. Some people are into DGen a lot, so it's just the way it goes. I kind of think of Zen as kind of the ultimate DJing ecosystem, although it's now getting some DeFi now. DeFi is coming to that as well. So, but yeah, it is kind of like the ultimate. If you want to describe Zen, it's like the ultimate DJing system. However, it is getting some DeFi coming into the space, which is going to be positive for it. Brian says more gift memberships incoming on the Superman Crypto channel, but only for the cool kids. Come and get some. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look over there. Oh, yes, there are. Wow. Now, that didn't show up on my studio, did it? No, it didn't show up my studio, but it is there. Brian's got 5 Superman Crypto memberships over on Superman Crypto. So if you haven't gone, if you want to jump over there too, you want to get a membership, I'll post that link in the Discord. Oh, no, Brian's already done it. I don't have to do that. Brian's already done it. Nice one, Brian. Brian's a legend. All right. Is that in the Hex token as well? I'm not sure if that's in the Hex token. But let me post that. Did you post that in the? I'm not sure if you did. Let me post it there as well, just in case there's some memberships on the Superman Crypto. If you want to join there too, why not? Why not? They say. All right. How did I get there? I'm not sure. Full up with the cool kids, says Brian. Yeah, indeed. Sandy Beach says drip. It's not something I'm proud of. That's hilarious. Your confession is taken. We take note. Rich May says RH. Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, for the burning. Yeah, TYRH is burning a lot of what do we say? It was like well over $200,000, maybe even $250,000 of RH tokens, which is pretty neat. Yeah, that is Superman Crypto. If you want to subscribe over there, there are currently some membership tokens, memberships out there from Brian as well. Pulse Bezos in the house. Good to see Pulse Bezos. We're up to an hour and 2 minutes. Let's jump over to we haven't got. Oh, it's not out yet. I thought the hell is day. Oh no, we've got the Pulsechains out. We'll do Pulsechain. Day 94 on Pulsechain. The 14th of August. We've got the price there just under a penny at 0.0983 cents. We've got, which is down 4.1% after yesterday's nice little 26%. The payout today, excellent, 6.703 Hex per T-share. Check out hex.com in the video description. You can buy Hex on Pulsechain and, of course, on Ethereum. And, of course, you can then swap it over or mint it, mint some T-shares, which are the ownership tokens and, well, I'm just saying ownership shares. And, of course, you then can mint your own Hex out, which is pretty neat. So welcome to the ultimate savings product in DeFi. The share rate increased 20 today. That's pretty decent. 29,037. Now, there are 3 things in Hex that you need to know. Earlier pays better. This share rate is going up all the time, which means that you get less T-shares for your Hex that you buy. So obviously, you want to stake earlier. That's important. Longer pays better. You get up to 2% bonus if you go to the max period of 10 years. And, of course, that means you're going to get a lot more T-shares as your effective bonus at the beginning. It's kind of like a conceptual bonus that you get at the beginning. And, of course, every year you get more and more. Which is what the 20%? Yeah, I think that's right. A year, and then of course there's bigger pays bonus, which is up to 150 million Hex for 10%. So there's those 3. Those are 3 things you need to think about when you're creating a Hex staking ladder. I always strongly suggest staking ladders because people have different things that they want in their life, and so it's a cool way to play that out. But yeah. Mathematically, the best is the longest, the better. That's mathematically speaking. All right, average line in it, 7.02 years. The APY, the rate there, 39.18%. How many? This is the ownership pool. So Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool with all the rewards that you get the mint out at the end. And of course, we've got have the ownership pool with T shares, which stands for trillions of shares. If the ownership goes up or down, or the reward pool goes up or down, and then the payout Hex per T share goes up or down. It's pretty much it. So these got 2 things that move around. And generally the Hex payout per T-shares is going to go up and to the right. It's going to keep going up there. The T-shares are down 18,800. We're down at 9,854,000. This is something that Trayvon picked up on the other day on his little live stream thing on Twitter, and was that the T-shares are going down, and it sort of surprised him. He goes, "Oh, that's bullish for Hex," so he could see that as well. Have you got those sweet T-shares? Locked percentage, 9.47% of Hex is locked at the moment. 2.6 million in Hex penalties. And, of course, that's a pretty good day in the office. We're down 13 on the liquid holders, but up 4 on the miners. This is the headline number. How many miners we've got? 123,885 on the old Pulse chain, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure if ETH chain's come out. Yeah, ETH chain has come out. Yay! Okay, so ETH is out as well. This is day 1,351 on Ethereum. We're in the 4th year on the old Ethereum. 14th of August, over half a penny. Nice little increase there. So we had a down day on the PHEX, but we've got an up day on the EHEX. So 2 positive days adding up there as well. So looking good. 00527. And look, PHEX led the way, not the EHEX on this occasion. So interesting that. Our penalties are slightly less than PHEX though, 6.616. T-share rate up more though, 26 versus 20, and we're at 29,042. 7.1 years is the average mine length, which is longer than the 7.02 on the Pulse chain side, and the APY there is even higher as well, 39.27, I think. Yeah, is that right? No, that's slightly lower today. But the liquidity in the pool, we've got 205 million Hex in the pool, $250,000 US dollars, and 63 ETH in the pool. T-shares are down more modestly on the ETH side, 2,575. We've got 9,842,000 T-shares in the pool. And what else? 9.31% of all Hex is locked in Ethereum. We've got a pretty modest penalty today compared to Pulse chain for 742,000. So really the more volatility is actually on the Pulse chain regarding T-share miners. Liquid holders up 6, but T-share miners are down 6. We're at 120,386. So what, there's about 2,400, 2,500 more T-share miners on Pulse chain, which is not surprising, right? So now we're on day 1352 on Ethereum, and we've just started day 95 on the Pulse chain. That is your hex.com, folks. Check it out. Links in the video description. And of course, welcome to the Pulse chain and Hex community. That leads us back into Pulse chain. Oh, shall we actually leave it on the list here? We've got Burn at 2262. TYRH at 1.14, which is pretty amazing, right? That chart's looking pretty amazing. Who likes that chart? Put your hand up if you like that chart. That is pretty insane in the brain there. Brian says all memberships are scooped up by the cool kids on the old Superman Crypto. Congratulations to all of you, and a big thank you to Brian, one of our 2 community leaders for that, and to KD as well, who gave it a big shout out earlier on Hex Token channel. So the community leaders are crushing it with the support. What else? Let's jump into some of those. We've got Effortless Crypto, yibbidi day, as Hex Hunt used to say. Nice one there, Effortless. Effortless is over on Superman Crypto, I believe. Oh no, you're on Hex Token. Nice. We've got Blair as well in the house as well. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Yeah, I think Blair is on Superman Crypto. We've got those prize gifts in there, so it's hard to tell. But I think Blair's in there. Maybe I can move this away. No, I can't seem to move them away. Oh, there we go. We've got Blair over on Superman Crypto. Big shout out to Blair. Big shout out to HH on Superman Crypto. Detached Souls over there as well. Big shout out to you. We've got Juggle. Lizelle is over there. Fazel's over on Superman Crypto. Crypto Gadby as well. Big shout out to everybody over there. Who else there? I think I've got a lot of the names. All About Passive Income is over there. Max Gabby is over on Superman Crypto. Great to see, Superman Crypto starting to grow, get back to the good old days. And of course, Hex Token is absolutely crushing it. So a big welcome to everybody. 56 people watching at the moment on both channels. We're up to 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're going to probably wrap up there. This is the TYRH token. Look at it. Isn't that mooning? That is a moon token over 1/10 of a penny. How high will this thing go? And there's probably version 4 coming around the corner. Crushing it is the old TYRH, and of course it burns RH tokens as well. The Pulsechain, Hex, and Incentive as well for the win. All right, we're going to wrap up now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. We're going to play out some cool music on the way out. I don't know what that Don't Panic thing was, but that popped up there. All right, take care, and I'll catch you guys next time. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Get into our Discord. I will update the video description hopefully today with a new updates with probably the 2 Coast on ramping and the Go PulseX for swapping on Pulse chain, and of course joining Discord both on Superman Crypto and on Hex Token. That's going to be brand new, so I look forward to that when I do the update. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your day. Have a great day. Bye for now.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.